The deep sky is a thing of forbidden wonder, a vast shifting maze of cloud and current without end. To traverse its depths is to transition into another world, but it is one that does not abide us. Life in the deep is a ceaseless battle with the very forces of nature, but there are none more insipid than the insatiable pull of the void below. For all those who stare into that churning void, inevitably, a question is whispered back. Our minds instinctively recoil at the thought, as if touching a flame, but there are those unable to ignore its whisper, the call of the beyond. I suspect your clientele are the whalers of these parts.
Aye. The company's been a blessing to this peak.
And the whalers? They mostly hail from the city-states.
Go speak to him yourself.
Barkeep! A round of grog for the whole lot in here. And my apologies to the keeper of this here tavern for our rudeness. Ah, a new face. Tradition in these wastes, friend, is to take a drink of that which you offer another. It's a sign of trust and goodwill. I'm sure you understand why.
Of course. A fine Decurian ember.
You owe me another, friend, seeing as you drank half of mine.
Another pint for the good captain here.
So, friend, what brings you to these wastes?
I suppose you could say I'm a tourist of sorts.
Ah, a tourist in these desolate wastes. An odd choice of leisure, friend. There's naught in these skies, at least nothing to pique the interest of a civilized gentleman such as yourself. Unless, of course, you find pleasure amidst barren peaks, tribes of wild savages, and storms that could tear the flesh from your bones.
Perhaps I do find intrigue in such things. While it may seem an unconventional destination, the reaches have beckoned me since my youth. Are there truly no hospitable harbors? No sanctuary to replenish supplies?
Oh, there are places, if you're willing to entertain the antics of the indigenous lunatics. They traverse from one jagged peak to the next, their motives known only to the winds. I suspect hunting, for little else could thrive amidst their domain, except for the beasts they ride.
Or unholy beasts from below.
Surely they can't be as dreadful as you suggest. After all, you and your crew returned unscathed. And you seem rather jovial, if I may say.
Only because we're free of that infernal place. Miles upon miles of desolation, interrupted only by some blasted tempest.
The lad's overcome with hysteria. Too much drink after too long without.
Do continue. I'm not quite sure you finished what you were going to say.
Pay him no mind, friend. It's best not to entertain such inquiries. His imagination tends to run wild.
And what of you, Captain? You seem a man of reason. Perhaps you may enlighten me further.
Let it be. There's no solace in such knowledge. It will neither bring you peace, nor grant respite from your restless nights.
I find no solace in sleep, Captain. My nights are tormented by doubt and restlessness. A discontent that consumes me. I've traversed many peaks to reach this place, and yet I have nothing to show for it. I have nothing to lose.
Do not say that I did not warn you. Come with me. It's better if I show you. What illusions do you harbor about the supremacy of our people in these lands?
We have usurped the firmament. Science has dragged us kicking and screaming out of the darkness of a superstitious age. In such a short amount of time, we have gone from trudging across blasted fells to masters of these skies.
Ah, the science you speak of. Those scholars in their ivory towers, labeling, classifying, as if to name a thing is to hold power over it. Nay, it is but a sign of their fear, their petulance.
I talk not of names, but of cold steel. The science you so scoff at birthed the ship that you rode in on, the very ship that provides you and your men your livelihoods. It gives us dominion over these skies.
Dominion, my arse. It matters not out here. The laws out here are not the laws of man.
Then whose laws are they?
The titans of the deep.
Titans?
The scientists had their own names for them, of course. The savages out here called them Leviathan, however, and worshipped them as pagan cultists in the previous time.
But what are these beasts exactly?
Never seen one in its entirety. A tail fin here, a scarred hide there, rows of blades which I took for its mouth, and the eyes. The eyes, friend, which had seen the twilight of the worlds below.
You don't strike me as a believer, Captain. Yet in your words I detect the poetry of a pious man.
Cursed poetry from a cursed muse. I hate the savages so, because they took from me what I see in you. A belief in our legacy, our sovereignty. The tall tales of the broken god and his angels, the Leviathan, were nothing to me, until I saw those eyes.
They have theories of this in the Empire. The scientists attribute it to deep sky gigantism, the mechanism by which fauna of the deep sky grow to such sizes.
Oh yes, gigantism. Such an innocuous term. It means jack shit when the thing charges you. But it is not the size of the thing. As I said before, it's the eyes. They compel worship. They defy explanation. Not only that, a Leviathan is an expression of consequence. There's no give, no play in the existence of such a being. A pure expression of the will of the sky.
How did you and your crew manage to survive such damage?
It was fleeing. It did not want us. It only wanted to save itself.